Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to crack the code on writing reports that people actually want to read. Reports that don't just sit in an inbox, but that people can actually use. So let's jump right in. Okay, let's be real for a second. Have you ever been in this situation? You pour weeks of your life into a report, gathering the data, crafting every single paragraph, and then you hit send, and it just vanishes. You're left wondering, did anyone even open it? It's pretty frustrating, right? Well, here's the secret. The key to a truly great report isn't so much about what you're writing, it's about who you're writing for. It's a total shift in perspective. You're not just documenting facts, you are actively helping a real person. Because that's what a report really is at its heart. It's not just a document, it's a tool. It's something you are building for someone else so that they can solve a very specific problem that they're dealing with. And these problems, they can be anything. It could be an organizational problem, figuring out how to boost profits. It could be a social problem, like how to improve community health. It might even be a personal one, helping someone make a choice that aligns with their own values. And here's what's so powerful about this way of thinking. It works for everything. It doesn't matter if you're writing a quick 2-paragraph summary or a massive 200-page environmental study. The fundamental idea of writing for your reader, it's always the same. So, to build this tool to make it really effective, you've got to get inside your reader's head. Imagine them picking up your report. They've got 6 big questions swirling around in their mind, even if they don't consciously know it. Let's break down exactly what they are. The very first thing they're thinking is, why should I care about this? What's in it for me? You have to show them the value right away and how this report is going to help them solve their problem. Okay, next up, they need to trust you. They're asking themselves, can I actually believe what you're telling me? Where did you get this information? Honestly, credibility is everything. If they don't trust your facts, the rest of the report is basically worthless. Now, your reader is busy. They don't want a data dump. They want to know, what are the key facts, the raw information that are actually useful for my situation? They're relying on you to be the filter and cut through all the noise. And this one is absolutely critical. They're saying, okay, I see the data, but what does it mean? You need to connect the dots for me, and you have to do it from my perspective, thinking about my goals. This is a little different from just interpreting. This is the big "so what" question. They want to know, why does any of this matter in the grand scheme of things? What's the real takeaway here? And finally, after all of that, they're looking to you for some guidance. All right, based on everything you've shown me, what's the next step? What should we actually do now? They want a clear path forward. So you've got 6 big questions from your reader. And here's the good news. There is a proven 6-part structure, a kind of superstructure that is perfectly designed to answer every single one of those questions. And here it is: introduction, method, facts, discussion, conclusions, and recommendations. Now, this isn't just some random format somebody made up. It's basically a conversation. It's a logical flow that actually mirrors your reader's own thought process. Let's see how it all lines up. So, when your reader asks, what's in it for me, you answer them with the introduction. This is where you grab their attention, you state the problem they're facing, and you promise them your report holds the solution. When they wonder, can I even trust you? You answer with your method section. You're basically showing your work. You lay out exactly how you got your information. Was it research, surveys, lab tests? This transparency is what builds that crucial credibility. And to answer, okay, so what useful stuff did you find out? You present them with the facts. This is the raw material, the evidence. These are the verifiable pieces of data that everything else is going to be built on. But, facts by themselves aren't enough. When the reader asks, what does this actually mean for me? That's where the discussion comes in. This is where you transform that raw data into real insight, and you connect it directly to your reader's world. Then, when they ask that big "so what" question, you give them the conclusions. Now, this isn't just more discussion. These are the big, general statements that summarize the overall importance of what you found. It's the bottom line. And finally, for that last question, what do we do now? You deliver the recommendations. This is the payoff. Based on all your conclusions, you lay out clear, actionable steps they should take. You've guided them all the way from problem to solution. Now, there is one last really powerful tool to have in your toolbox. This is especially true when you're writing for those high-level decision makers, the ones who never have enough time.
And that tool is the executive summary. Just think of it like a mini report that sits right at the very beginning. It gives those busy execs the absolute must-know info, the problem, the conclusions, the recommendations, so they can get the main idea in just a few minutes. It's the ultimate way of writing for your reader.
And that really brings us to the final thought. The next time you sit down to write a report, just ask yourself this. Are you just writing a document that's going to be filed away somewhere? Or are you having a structured conversation designed to answer your reader's most important questions? That choice makes all the difference. Thanks so much for tuning in.